Salut tout le monde, c'est Thundard et bienvenue sur la deuxième partie de la découverte de Stanley Parable. Alors, deux choix ou trois choix s'offrent à moi, je crois que je vais... Laisse-moi parler! Je vais me concentrer sur le téléphone, sur le pont et sur l'ascenseur qui se trouve dans la porte de droite. Ferme-la, je vais à droite. Oui, je sais. Arrête de parler. Non, je ne vais pas rester ici, je m'en fous. Bon, alors, l'ascenseur, le téléphone ou le pont. Qu'est-ce que je fais? Qu'est-ce que je fais? Je vais aller sur le... Je vais aller au téléphone.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else.
Voilà, donc je peux m'échapper en allant là directement, mais je ne vais pas y aller.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
Leave me alone.
I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her.
Hello?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
No. D'accord.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Je suis dans son histoire. Eh mais il y avait un mur? Il y avait pas un mur? Si? Je ne sais plus. Bon, bah j'ai pas le choix, je vais rentrer dans la chambre 427. Bonjour chérie.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Bonjour employé 427, veuillez appuyer sur Q de votre clavier. Non.
Stanley is quite a boring
Ok, je l'ai fait. Je voulais pas le faire, mais je l'ai fait.
And every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Veuillez appuyer sur X. Non. Je vais sortir d'ici. C'est pas chez moi ici. Bon, bah j'appuie sur X.
Look at
X.
him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Appuyez sur B. Q, X, B. J'appuie sur toutes les touches du clavier, sauf sur le B. Bon allez, hop.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Appuie sur K pour regarder la télé. K.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Appuie sur 3 pour passer du temps avec les enfants. Ok, très bien. Mais j'ai une vie de merde, fous-moi la paix avec ma vie. J'assume.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Veuillez appuyer sur H pour préparer le dîner. Le dîner! Non! J'appuie sur K pour la télé. Non, ça marche pas.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Appuyez sur Z pour raconter une
It was
histoire
such
aux
a
enfants.
wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Veuillez appuyer sur K pour dire je t'aime à votre épouse. Attention, elle va me faire flipper. 3, 2, 1, j'appuie sur K.
But there is no answer. How
J'ai
could there
flippé.
possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Veuillez appuyer sur F pour aller vous coucher. Ok. F.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Veuillez appuyer sur H pour aller au travail le matin. Oui.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Veuillez appuyer sur 8 pour ne pas vous poser la moindre question. 8.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I
Veuillez mourir. Très bien, j'imagine que je ne devais pas appuyer sur les boutons. Et quoi, c'est une des fins, ça? Veuillez mourir, très bien. Ok. Bon.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
Ok, ça a changé, là. Est-ce que c'est la même chose?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Ouais. Non.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Non, non, je ne veux pas regarder le salon des employés.
Incredible room, Stanley for the first time, but eager to get back to business.
Voilà, je suis impatient de revenir aux affaires. Je suis désolé, mais je veux tout voir. Je vais faire comme si j'étais pas en live, donc ce que je vais faire, c'est retourner au téléphone et tenter de ne pas appuyer sur les boutons.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision.
Alors on me dit sur le live que
I'm not asking for me,
Donc des X-Rider et Schlibibish qui ont déjà vu des let's play du jeu, qui ont déjà joué de leur côté et qui n'ont pas vu l'une des fins qu'on a vues, la fin buggée. Bon, allez, je décroche. Et là, il y a un ascenseur.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha.
Oui, c'est très marrant.
Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Non. Je m'en vais.
Sorry,
Oh!
but you're in my story now.
Ok, très bien. Ok, je ne pouvais pas m'échapper, donc c'est reparti.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Tududu. Appuyez sur K de votre clavier. Non! Je n'appuie pas sur K. Je refuse d'appuyer sur K. Je veux juste sortir d'ici. Employé 427. Ah. Ok, je retiens. 427. Comme ça, je vais pouvoir retrouver mon écran dans la salle de Mind Control, là. Mais je veux pas. Laisse-moi sortir. Je m'en fous de ton histoire. Non! Ok.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Veuillez appuyer sur 6. Nope. J'attends. J'ai tout mon temps. Aucun souci. On va attendre des heures là-dessus. Bonjour madame. J'appuie sur K pour allumer la télé, ça ne marche pas. J'ai tout mon temps. Si tu veux jouer au con. Je t'emmerde. Allez,
Look
hop.
at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him.
Bla
except
bla
that he's
bla
chosen
bla
this
bla. Non,
life.
j'ai pas choisi de vivre cette vie-là. Si je fais pas ce que tu me demandes de faire, tu me demandes rien d'autre. Tu me dis rien. Appuie sur 1. J'ai pas envie d'appuyer sur 1. Va te faire foutre. Il est où? Il est où le mec?
But in his
J'appuie sur
mind,
1.
in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Bon bah je crois que je suis revenu ici pour rien. Appuie sur O.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Appuie sur O pour passer du temps avec les enfants. Ah non, sur 0.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Tu peux aussi ne pas appuyer sur un bouton quand il te le demande. Bah oui, mais si je le fais pas, il se passe rien. Bah non, voilà.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in
Stanley
many
Parable.
directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Non. Cette fois-ci, je ne dirai pas je t'aime à mon épouse. Par contre, j'ai complètement oublié mon numéro d'employé. Si quelqu'un s'en rappelle. Bon.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Allez, j'appuie sur
I'm trying
P.
to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Ok. Voilà, mon numéro d'employé c'est 427. Je n'appuie pas. Je ne vais pas aller au travail le matin, c'est comme ça. Je reste chez moi, bien au chaud. Je bois ma tasse là. Qu'est-ce qu'il est marqué? Je déteste les lundis. Je refuse d'appuyer sur 8. Et je ne peux rien faire d'autre. Ok, eh bien on attend. Il m'a dit de ne pas appuyer sur 8, donc j'appuie pas sur 8. Je vais appuyer sur tous les autres boutons du clavier, et pas sur le 8. Je sais pas quoi faire. Eh oh! Y'a quelqu'un? Est-ce que je peux débrancher l'ordinateur? Non, on peut pas débrancher l'ordinateur. On peut débrancher ça. Est-ce que je peux changer l'heure? Non. Y'a quoi là-dedans? Y'a rien. Le café, y'a plus de café. Ah! Quoi faire? Regardez le tableau. Le tableau est magnifique. Je vais appuyer sur 7. Je vais appuyer sur 9. Non. Bon.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Merde. Voilà, je ne me pose plus la moindre question. J'appuie pas sur O. Attention, pas de spoil, s'il vous plaît. Je veux sortir d'ici. On peut pas sortir d'ici. Je veux me mettre au boulot, je ne peux pas. Il y a un message sur mon répondeur, là. Je veux écouter mon message. Non, je ne peux pas non plus. Bon, eh bien... Je me suis fait avoir comme un bleu. Justement, il y a écrit qu'il faut appuyer pour ne pas se poser de questions. Bah oui, mais si j'appuie... Si j'appuie, je meurs. Voilà, j'appuie.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Veuillez mourir. Et là, je fais quoi? Je mets recommencer le jeu? Ça marche pas. Oh putain. Je pensais que ça allait être ça. Oh là 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 là, ok. Un tour pour rien.
And Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
Ouais, mais il me dit des trucs différents là.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Well, well, well.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite
On va passer par ici.
and got back on track.
Voyons voir ce qu'il y a là en dessous. Eh oui, je ne t'écoute pas. Je te désobéis.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
Non. Non, je ne veux pas aller à gauche. Ok, je vais à gauche.
Oh no,
Oh.
no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Mais c'est ce que mais je l'avais dit avant. Fous-toi de ma gueule. Je vais à droite.
No, no,
No?
no, no, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Prends ton temps.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
C'est sûr. Je ne te crois pas. Je veux aller voir ce qu'il y a là-bas. Non. Bon. Salut ami Gaga. Bon, très bien. Allons-y.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler.
T'inquiète, j'ai déjà vu,
Quick,
j'ai
Stanley,
déjà
close
vu.
your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to
427, je le vois.
Am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, hmm? Okay, from the top.
Mais non! Ok, il n'y avait rien là. Ouais. Voilà, c'était l'une des fins du jeu. Qui me spoilait la fin du jeu. Très bien.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Je me demande si on peut prendre les portes de vitesse. Je ne crois pas, hein. J'ai essayé tout à l'heure.
Wait.
Quoi?
Wait, what? No, no, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Well, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay then, it's an adventure. Come, Stanley.
Là, il y a du
Let's
choix.
find the story.
Là, il y a du choix. Très bien. Donc, l'ascenseur, ça va me permettre d'aller soit là, soit là, soit là, soit là, soit là. Mais pas là. Et j'ai envie d'aller là. Je peux pas passer en dessous, non. Bon, eh bien, je vais faire les trucs dans l'ordre. Hein. Je vais prendre celle-ci. Bonjour. Ah ouais, d'accord. Très bien. Ok.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Quoi? Mais... Laisse-moi jouer. J'ai réussi à me perdre dans le truc.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Est-ce que j'ai choisi la mauvaise porte? J'en sais rien. Ok.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from.
Ok, le mec a oublié son histoire, sa propre histoire.
And see if we missed anything.
J'aime pas ça. J'aime pas ça du tout. Je retourne dans mon bureau. Très bien.
Aha!
Aha!
I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Te fous de ma gueule. T'as pas envie de regarder sur une carte là parce que j'ai pas envie de tourner en rond comme ça. Oh putain. Y'a quoi ici?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story?
J'en sais rien. C'est toi qui écris l'histoire.
I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Oh!
Congratulations! I know you put in a
J'ai fini le
lot
jeu.
of work, and it really paid off. So, good job.
Non, mais c'était pourri.
No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time, I have to restart.
Ouais, ouais, ouais. Mais recommence vraiment là. Quoi? Le mec il me met un tracé.
I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Très bien. Ok, il m'a mis une petite ligne pour me faciliter les trucs. Pour me faciliter le chemin là. Quoi? Mais non. Oh là là, alors qu'est-ce que je fais? Je suis la ligne? Non, je ne suis pas la ligne. Tu m'as pris pour qui là? On va faire bugger le jeu une fois de plus.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Je confie ma responsabilité à la ligne d'aventure. Mais je refuse! Ok, très bien. Très bien, on va la suivre, ta ligne. On va éteindre tous les ordinateurs. Ah, j'ai pas accès à celui-là. Ah, Red is Dead. Un petit ban pour Red is Dead, hein, qui a spoilé. Et ouais. Non, mais Red is Dead, c'est un peu, c'est un peu le but du jeu, quoi. Sinon, tu peux me raconter la fin
You
directement.
see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley. Today.
Ah, là.
Here's a
Merde! Oh putain, attendez. Et voilà, je te débannerai plus tard.
No story there. Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay, now if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Oh putain, qu'est-ce qui se passe là? Non, je m'éloigne, je veux sortir, j'aime pas cette musique. Au secours! Ah! Bon allez, c'est parti, voici l'aventure de Stanley Parable. Ah. Wall jump. Donc là je me dirige vers mon boss, c'est ça? Là, je peux pas aller par là. J'essaie toutes les possibilités. Il y a quoi là? Des tasses? Je n'ai plus envie de suivre le chemin, tu me rends fou. Qu'est-ce que c'est que ce bordel? Je suis pas du genre à suivre les lignes jaunes comme ça.
Cut the music.
Oui, c'est bon.
And look at that fern.
Là.
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Ok. Très bien. Bon. Alors donc voilà, j'achète le jeu, c'est un jeu d'exploration qu'il faut faire plein de fois pour comprendre ce qui se passe, machin, et là, donc quelqu'un se pointe sur le chat et me dit « Ah mais pour t'échapper de là, en fait tu dois aller là, machin !» Bravo, franchement bravo les gens, hashtag les gens une fois de plus.
No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Comment j'aurais pu deviner? Mais je suis pas en train de jouer à Sonic. Je suis pas en train de jouer à Mario, je suis en train de jouer à Stanley Parable. C'est le principe du jeu, quoi. Comment j'aurais pu deviner Red is Dead, sérieux? Oh, putain.
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore, to hell with it. Restart.
Allez, on restart.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Bon, je peux pas suivre la ligne jaune. Bon bah du coup voilà, maintenant je sais comment sortir de cette histoire. C'est génial.
Yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it. Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine. Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Mais je n'ai que le choix. Je ne peux choisir que la porte de droite de toute façon. Non, je vais continuer à tourner en rond. Allez, go. Confusion, ending.
Hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know. I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
Oh putain. Ok, c'est la fin confuse. Je suis confus. Bon, le problème, est-ce que c'est une nouvelle partie ou pas? Je ne sais pas. À mon avis, j'ai vu l'une des fins. Bon, ce que je vais faire, c'est aller directement... Oh, je sais pas. Je sais pas, je vais aller sur le pont. Je suis plus trop dans le jeu, hein, là, vu que... voilà, on se fait spoiler.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Bon, allez, cette fois-ci, je vais sur le pont.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been a... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Oui, je suis convaincu.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
Ah, j'ai besoin d'une carte ici.
Let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Bon.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Très bien. Alors pourquoi tu ouvres la porte bleue si je dois aller sur la rouge?
Stanley walked through the red door.
Oui.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Oui, mais je suis... non.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley.
Je veux pas.
You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Oui, je veux savoir ce qu'il y a dans la porte bleue.
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map. Because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Là, ça commence à être un petit peu compliqué, là. Je sais pas quoi faire. Je sais pas quoi faire, je vais aller là. Au milieu.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Je suis tenté de mettre 5, mais bon. Puis de récents événements, je vais mettre 4. Allez, 4 j'ai dit.
Okay, so we're getting somewhere. Clearly there's something here that speaks to you. If I can be honest here, I really don't have any idea where I'm going with this. This whole third door thing was just a stab in the dark. But I guess you're into it, so let's keep this party train rolling. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Oui, c'est ça, t'as fait le jeu en 2 secondes. 4 secondes, 5 secondes, 11 secondes. Voilà, ça c'est le leaderboard. Et je suis... Je suis combien? Je suis quantième? Voilà, c'est moi. 9328ème. Ça fait 7 heures que je joue à ça, mais non. Je suis le pire des joueurs de Stanley Parable. J'ai pas d'amis. Non, non, ce n'est pas une erreur.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
Oui, oui,
You
j'ai que ça à
wouldn't mind
foutre.
taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Vas-y, montre-moi ton nouveau jeu.
In this game,
Quoi?
the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Oh! Non! Il faut pas cramer le bébé. Il faut pas cramer le bébé. Par contre, ce que je vais faire, c'est... Hop, désactiver le chat. Voilà, je ne vous vois plus, donc vous pouvez y aller, là. Et genre, faut le faire 700 fois, c'est ça? Y a pas la liste des succès ici? Options, extra peut-être. Achievement, non. Merde, qu'est-ce que j'ai fait? Mais quel con, putain! J'ai quitté le jeu. Ah!
This is the story of a
Oui, je connais l'histoire de Stanley.